Let's take a look at the capacity questions. These are a mixture of calculator and non-calculator. Question 1 is non-calculator, so we need to convert milliliters to litres. Well, 1000 milliliters is 1 litre, so when we're going from milliliters to litres, we are dividing by 1000. When it's a whole number with 3 zeros on the end, dividing by 1000 is easy, just chop off those 3 zeros. So 3000 millilitres is 3 litres, 5000 millilitres is 5 litres. For 4200, you might want to write this as 4200.0, and when we're dividing by 1000, because there are 3 zeros in 1000, we're going to move the decimal point 3 positions to the left, so 1, 2, 3, so the answer is now 4.2 litres. These zeros are no longer doing anything useful. 2600 is 2600.0, move the decimal point 3 positions and we get 2.6 litres. 900 is 900.0, and we might want to put a 0 in front so that it makes it easy to move the decimal point, so we can see that it fits between a 0 and the 9, so that is 0.9 litres. 160 millilitres I'm going to write as 160.0, and I'm going to put a 0 in front and move the decimal point 1 to 3 positions, so the answer is 0.16 litres. 8844 is 8844.0, again move the decimal point 1 to 3 positions, so we now get 8.844 litres. 20126 is 20126.0, move the decimal point 3 positions, we now get 20.126 litres. 15 millilitres is 15.0, and I'm going to stick a couple of zeros in front just to make the movement of the decimal point more obvious, so 3 positions as usual, so our answer is 0.015 litres. And J, 124 is 124.0, again I'm going to put a 0 at the front, 1, 2, 3, so that is 0.124 litres. Question number 2, litres into millilitres, we are multiplying by 1000, so when it's a whole number, all we need to do is simply put 3 zeros on the end. So 2 litres is 2000 millilitres. For 4.4, I'm going to write that as 4.4 with a few zeros on the end, and we're going to move the decimal point 3 positions, but this time to the right. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is now 4400.0, in other words, 4400 millilitres. 3.18 I'm going to write as 3.18 with a couple of zeros on the end, move the decimal point 1 to 3 positions, so 3180.0, in other words 3180 millilitres. 0.266, again I'm going to put a 0 on the end just to make it easier to move that decimal point 1 to 3, so that is 266 millilitres. 0.9 I'm going to write as 0.9000. You can pile on as many zeros as you want, you can't put on too many. Now I'm going to move it 3 positions, 1, 2, 3, so 900.0, in other words 900 millilitres. 3.144, again if I just put a 0 on the end, then it just makes it easier to drop that decimal point in between the 4 and that 0, so 3144 millilitres. 8.197, put a 0 on the end, 1, 2, 3 positions, so that's going to be 8197.0, in other words 8197 millilitres. 0.003, again just put a few zeros on the end, move the decimal point 1, 2, 3 positions, so the answer is now 3.0, in other words 3 millilitres. And 0.158, again just put a 0 or 2 on the end, 1, 2, 3, 158.0, in other words 158 millilitres. We can use a calculator here if we want to, but 300 plus 400, that's quite easy, that's 700 millilitres. 200 plus 600 is 800 millilitres. 150 plus 550, 600, 700 millilitres. 120 plus 150 is 150, 250, 270 millilitres, but it's okay if you want to use a calculator. You probably want to use a calculator for E. 133 plus 54 is 187 millilitres. 16 plus 10 is 26 millilitres. 996 plus 334 is 1330 millilitres. 1028 plus 1663 is 2691 millilitres. 901 plus 2287 is 3188 millilitres. And these two figures added together come to a combined total of 53,269 millilitres. So question 3, pretty easy because you can use a calculator. No calculator for question 4. 3 litres plus 4 litres is 7 litres. 2 plus 8 is 10 litres. 9 plus 28, I'd add 10, then subtract 1, 38, so 37 litres. 0.4 plus 0.2, 0.6 litres. 0.3 plus 0.8 is 1.1 litres. 0.16 plus 0.11 is 0.27 litres. 0.029 plus 0.034, you might want to be careful here, so just write it out as a column. In fact, if any of the other ones you found slightly challenging, then just write it as a column. 9 plus 4 is 13, 3 carry the 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, 5, 6. So that is 0.063 litres. 0.164 plus 0.1, we just need to add that 0.1, that one gets added to this column here, so that's 0.264 litres. This is 0.009 litres, and we have here, again, you might want to do a column here, 29114. I don't trust myself to do that in my head. 1023, 4 plus 3 is 7, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus nothing's 1, 9 plus 1 is 10, 0 carry 1, so that is a 3, so 30,137 litres. Question 5, another non-calculator question. So Misa wants to buy a barrel to be part of her home brewery. She wants to be able to store 20 pints at a time. So which of the following 4 barrels can she buy? Well, she needs one that's got a capacity of at least 20. So A is enough, B is not enough, C is nowhere near enough, and D is enough. So the answer is A and D. Quite an easy question there. Question 6, we can use a calculator. So the small t and the strawberry lemonade of the same person. So small t, that is 250 millilitres, and the strawberry lemonade is 300. So if we add those together, that comes to a total of 550 millilitres. Use a calculator if you want to. All the cold drinks, well, that's going to be 500 for the cola, 750 for the still water, and 300 for the lemonade. It's just just the 3 drinks, and that comes to a total of 1,550 millilitres. What's the total capacity of all the hot drinks? Well, that's going to be 450 plus the 1,000 plus the 250, and that will come to a total of 1,700 millilitres. So the total capacity of all the drinks on the order, just add all these capacities together. Alternatively, just add together the cold and the hot, and you'll get 3,250 millilitres. Question 7 is a calculator question. So what we're going to do, she uses glass B. So she's filling up glass B from 2,000 millilitres. So if she's poured out 500 millilitres, then she'll have 2,000 minus 500. So she'll have 1,500 millilitres left in the bottle. She then pours her 2 friends a glass each using glasses A and C. So that's going to be 1,500 millilitres from the remains of the bottle, minus 568, minus 330. And that comes to a total of 602 millilitres left in the bottle. Now, if Ellie wants to refill her glass, hers was the 500. Is there enough? Well, yes, because 602 is more than 500, so yes. And how much is left over? Well, what's left over is 602 millilitres minus 500, which is 102 millilitres. Question 8. What is the capacity of all the flower pots combined? So he has 50 pots with a capacity of 2.4. We can use a calculator for this question. So it's simply 50 multiplied by 2.4, which is 120 litres. What's the capacity of the compost? Well, that's 10 times 11. You probably don't need a calculator for that. So that is 110 litres. So does he have enough compost? No, he doesn't. He only has 110 litres, and the capacity of the flower pots is 120. So no, he does not have enough compost. Question number 9 is a calculator question, and the key figure is that the barrels have a capacity of 18 litres. So how many 18 litres makes 360? How many 18s go into 360? In other words, what's 360 divided by 18? 360 divided by 18 is 20. So 20 barrels are needed. 54 divided by 18 is 3, 126 divided by 18 is 7, and 36 divided by 18 is 2. Question 10 is also a calculator question, which is quite handy if you're struggling with converting from litres to millilitres. Remember that 1 litre is 1,000 millilitres, so litres to millilitres you're multiplying by 1,000, whereas millilitres to litres you're dividing by 1,000. So I'm going to turn 0.5 litres into 500 millilitres, so that's going to be a total of 900 millilitres or 0.9 litres. 2,000 millilitres is 2 litres, so that's 5 litres in total, otherwise known as 5,000 millilitres. For C, that is 52 millilitres, so in total that's 90 millilitres or 0.09 litres. That is 114 millilitres, so that comes to a total of 116 millilitres or 0.166 litres. This amount here is 24.3 litres, so when we combine them together that is 42.477 litres, in other words 42,477 millilitres. And for F, I'm just going to change this into millilitres, because by doing that I'm only changing one figure instead of two. And if I add those together, then that is 755 millilitres, otherwise known as 0.75, sorry, I was right the first time, 0.755 litres. Question 11, we need to add together E and G. Or E is probably easier if we turn that into millilitres, which is 5,000. No calculator for this question, by the way, so that is 5,568 millilitres or 5.568 litres. Now we're adding together A, D, F and I. So again, let's turn these into millilitres, so 500, 250, that's 750, plus this 750 is 1,500, plus the 2,000, that's 3,500 millilitres, in other words 3.5 litres. The largest bottle is the capacity of E, which is 5,000, and the smallest bottle, anything smaller than 250, nope, so we're going to add 250 to 5,000, so 5,250 millilitres or 5.25 litres. Now to add the capacities of all of the bottles. Well, bear in mind we've already done E and G. So E and G is 5, 5, 6, 8. We've also done A, D, F and I, which was 3,500. So all we need to do is add these remaining 3, which we can do in our head. That's 730, 1,730. So if I add these together, that's 8, 9, 17, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that comes to a total of 10,798 millilitres or 10.798 litres. So question number 12, we know container A has a capacity of 1.5 litres and is half full. So if the full capacity is 1.5 litres, in other words it's 1,500 millilitres, and it's half full, then that means the capacity of A must be half of that, which is 750 millilitres. Container B has a capacity of 2 litres and is a quarter full. 2 litres is 2000 millilitres. So if it's a quarter full, we can work out the how much liquid is in there by dividing this by 4. And 2000 divided by 4 is 500. So B has a capacity of 500 millilitres and C has a capacity of 900 and is a third full. So what is 1/3 of 900? That's 900 divided by 3. So that is 300 millilitres. So 12A, how much is in each container? 750, 500 and 300. 12B says a third of the liquid in A. So what is 1/3 of 750? 750 divided by 3 is 250. So 250 millilitres is poured from A into C. So that will reduce A from 750 down to 500 and will increase C from 300 to 550. So how much is now in container C? That's going to be 550 millilitres. And for 12C, half of the liquid now in container C is poured into B. So what is half of 550? So 550 divided by 2, we can use a calculator, is 275. So 275 goes from 550 from C into B. So B is going to be 500 plus that 275. So that means it's therefore now going to be 775 millilitres. And if you want to give that in litres, it does say give your answer in litres, so we need to divide this number by 1000, so that is 0.775 litres. Question number 13, a leak in a paddling pool releases 500 millilitres of water every minute. The capacity of the paddling pool is 300 litres. So in 13A we've got a key bit of information which the paddling pool is to 2/3 of its capacity. Well, the capacity is 300. So what is 2/3 of 300? So here we're working out a fraction of an amount. So we're taking our total, we're dividing it by the number on the bottom and multiplying by the number on the top. So 300 divided by 3 times by 2. 300 divided by 3 is 100. 100 times 2 is 200 litres. So at the start there are 200 litres of water in the pool. After 10 minutes of leaking, now every minute 500 millilitres comes out. So 500 millilitres is half a litre or 0.5 litres. So after 10 minutes, that's going to be 0.5 multiplied by 10, which is 5 litres lost. So the capacity after 10 minutes of leaking is going to be 200 litres minus 5 litres, so 195 litres remaining. So question 13C, it does say from the initial point, so initially it was 200 and now it's decreasing to 150. So 200 minus 150 tells us that is a loss of 50 litres of water. So how many minutes will it take? Well, every minute it loses 0.5. So we need to work out how many 0.5s are there in 50. So 50 divided by 0.5 is our calculation, and 50 divided by 0.5 is 100. So that tells us that it will take 100 minutes to go from 200 litres to 150 litres.